Hello everyone, my name is Carson Hood. Today my project is going to be over Mr. Jim Murren. He was the CEO of MGM Resorts. I specifically chose Jim Murren as I work for MGM Resorts myself. I work for Mandalay Bay specifically and I've been there for 5 years. So I definitely want to get the history of who Jim Murren was, what he did for the company, how people remember him. I wanted to take a look over my outline really quick to show you guys what my research is specifically going to be about. What I did there is I'm going to go over of who he is, where he was raised, his education and exposure to gaming there. And then secondly, I'm going to see how he got promoted. Did he inherit the throne to CEO? How did he stand out from the rest? Was he a good, bad decision that he became CEO? Lastly, I'm going to cover what he did for the company. So what milestones did he hit? Did his employees enjoy him as a CEO? And how was he remembered? And then does MGM still use his techniques today? So without further ado, guys, let me get into the PowerPoints here. So this is who Mr. Jim Murren is there. He does have a famous quote. It's going to be in business. You have to be willing to make tough decisions, but always with a focus on doing what's right for your people, your customers, and your community. So in a deeper look at this, who Mr. Jim Murren was, when I was doing my research, I saw nothing but good things about him. In this quote, it shows that, he was doing whatever it takes to make sure that his people, the staff and the customers come first over the business, which I think is great leadership. It shows of who he is as a character and what he wants to do for the business compared to other CEOs nowadays where they don't really care. They cut corners to make money. They just put themselves first, them and the business first. So seeing who Mr. Jim Murren was, putting the customers and his people first over the company just shows a great leader and who he was. A little bit of background of Jim Murren here. He was raised in Fairfield, Connecticut. He studied art history and urban studies at Trinity College. He also was into the financial sector before transitioning into the gaming industry. But being the financial sector before he got into the gaming industry helped him get into the gaming industry. He joined MGM in 1998 as chief financial officer. He was promoted for strategic vision in finance and leadership skills, and then became the CEO in 2008 after proving his leadership in critical moments. So this answers my question: did he inherit the throne, or what he did to stand out from all the rest? He did not inherit the throne, and he was promoted for his vision in finance and leadership skills. So that's where his financial skills came in before coming into the gaming industry, and how it really helped him get himself promoted from CFO to CEO. Standing out, he played key role in getting Mirage Resorts and Mandalay acquisitions. He reached an agreement with Steve Wynn to add the Bellagio, the Treasure Island, and the Mirage to MGM's portfolio, as well as negotiating and financing the merger of Mandalay Resort Groups, which brought in Mandalay Bay, Luxor, Excalibur, and Circus. All these properties today are major spots where guests try to stay over for MGM Resorts. Personally, again, in Mandalay Bay, I've been there for 5 years, so I've seen a lot of guests come in and why they stay. I always like to ask where they stay. Just hearing their story, I definitely want to get into management. So looking over what Mr. Jim Murren did, and just putting people first, I want to be able to inherit that and get into the management. And then one of those things is listening to people's stories, what they're here for. But with him being able to bring in all these casinos to MGM, it expands the company's brand by a lot. So Mr. Jim Murren took CEO during the 2008 financial crisis. However, though, what he did, he cut major costs and made sure that the company didn't go under. With this, he's promoting the people and his staff first over the company. So he also reprioritized large-scale projects like the city center, which is a $9 million project. So for him to be putting that aside and making sure that, everybody comes first, and making sure that his business doesn't go under. It just, again, shows a great leader of who he is. His major contributions there to the company, he oversaw the $9 billion city center project and global expansion. He expanded MGM's footprint by pushing projects in Maku and the newest project in Osaka, Japan. From around the company and doing research, the Osaka, Japan is supposed to open 2028 to 2030. I definitely thought about transferring over just because I think it would be a great experience to be able to go into Japan and see how they're going to do everything there. However, though, I did see it's on the man-made island, so I'm not too sure how that's going to fold if maybe like a natural disaster happens. Hopefully that's not the case. But being able to expand in different countries expands the company's brand and brings in more people. He also helps launch MGM 2020, which is a project to better enhance customer experiences and new technology. So with MGM, we reached a partnership with Marriott Bonvoy. So it brings in a lot more guests than what it was before. The partnership started about last year, but we're seeing a lot more people come in. As far as MGM 2020, there's big new technology like self check-ins, digital keys there, so people are not waiting in huge lines. Being able to enhance customer experiences like this not only brings a better rating to the company, but it just shows that, a lot of people are going to want to stay there because of how easy it is to check in, check out, better enhancing their stay and wanting to come back. What Mr. Jim Murren brought to the table as far as bringing his staff and people first, he was remembered as a visionary leader. He was greatly influencing MGM Resorts' direction, and he was also known as a people-first leader. He incorporated corporate social responsibility initiatives and employee wellness programs to make sure that everybody was okay during, making sure that they're coming to work and being happy about being there. And also if they needed help, he would have those wellness programs for them. Lastly, he was remembered as a visionary leader who reshaped MGM's role in the gaming industry. He laid groundwork for the company's global expansion, and many of his leadership principles, such as digital innovation and strategic development, remain core to MGM's operations today. Like I said, having those self-kiosks there for people to come in and have it be less of a hassle is going to bring people to want to stay back again, just because it enhances their customer support. I've seen in Mandalay, the technology just keeps getting better and better, and there's strategic developments to bring in more people. It just gets better and better every day. It's bringing in a lot more people. With that, it just makes the company a big success. So lastly, with his key takeaways here from Mr. Jim Murren, he was a strategic leader who rose through Barrett, like the 2008 financial crisis, and how he handled that. He led MGM through major ambitious projects, again, such as Osaka, Japan, and bringing in the city center there. And lastly, he was the champion of being an exceptional leader and bringing innovation and culture to MGM Resorts International. These are my references. Thank you for your undivided attention, and I hope that Mr. Jim Murren's leadership offers valuable lessons for all who are looking to be a great leader. These are going to be all my references here. Thank you guys again for watching.